On this episode of Gen Z Code, we'll be highlighting the distinct features that differentiate Gen Zs from Millennials. Are you ready? Our guests will be discussing the chaotic relationship between Gen Zs and Millennials and lots more. Whew, it's about to get hot in here.
Number one, they're a bit uptight. No offense, but they seek respect, too much.
We are different from them because a town hall different from a bala blue. The things we like, they might see it as being childish.
First of all, if there are too many Gen Zs in the room, the person starts to seem irritated. Once you hear Gen Z, the person is not Gen Z, he's millennial.
If you look at two ladies or ladies at a party, from makeup you can tell who's millennial, who's Gen Z. Gen Z's makeup sometimes can be very, like it's Gen Z that you see that after they have do makeup, they will now put like one line of white or pink or blue. Or their eyeshadow would not be normal. In the corner, they will go and put something.
They know how to coordinate things, like, better. They're older.
Millennials are the coolest kids of the bunch. We are the cool kids. We're the one that laid foundation for Gen Z to come and scatter everything.
My generation is the coolest. Like, I've not seen any uncool thing yet.
There's now altered people who are killing their era better than they did. So I think we're cooler than you.
Of course now.
Then and now.
The millennials here, they are trying to live up like the Gen Zs. You guys are trying to do the stuff that we do right now. You guys are trying to mingle with us. You guys are trying to always be around us.
If I'm to ask anybody, even millennials, I've seen a lot of millennials trying to fit into the Gen Z category.
Why exactly are Gen Zs and Millennials always at each other's throats? Talk about sibling rivalry.
I would say millennials and Gen Zs are always at each other, but I think the reason why it seems that way is because millennials have found a way to cope.
They feel we are stubborn, basically.
I think millennials are jealous. A lot of things that they were not able to do or confident enough to do, Gen Zs are doing it.
Gen Zs are doing things that millennials never had the nerves or audacity to do. No offense, it's just what it is.
I didn't think they were at each other's throat until they had this whole trend on Twitter and Instagram where they were going at each other like, oh, the Gen Zs are this and the millennials. And then some people like, oh, Gen Zs can't relate to this joke, or millennials can't relate to this.
I respect each generation's view of life and approach, and I think it's just great.
That's what we say. That place you think you are now, the millennials have been there. It's like being there, done that.
Both of us, everybody understands life. I
would say for a fact that we Gen Zs, we look up to some millennials. Like, I personally, most of my mentors are not Gen Zs. So obviously, they play a big role in our generation because some of us are correcting our mistakes based on the mistakes they've made.
Okay, so one thing I admire about the millennials is that you guys, they are hardworking. They are focused. We are focused too, but they are focused.
For the fact that they were able to do all this without social media, as he said, without anybody listening to you, is actually very impressive.
I love their creative spirit because I'm a creative soul. So I love that, they find creativity in the weirdest things you don't think, and you just be like, wow.
Most of the millennials I know are smart, level-headed. Their wavelengths are on a very high level. Some are fashionable. I admire that. I won't say all of them are not, because some are, and some are teachable.
Some things that I would have said I admire. Everything has two sides. If I say I admire their fearlessness, somehow I admire their disrespectfulness. Aww. Because sometimes they just speak without, I don't know, they just sound very disrespectful. These Gen Z people now, I don't think they're the ones that you would tell, shut up, I'm not talking, I'm talking. They feel, why won't I talk? You're taking away my right of. They just misinterpret everything.
I'm sure you learned something new today. Tune in next time for more juicy chit-chat with our witty Gen Zs. And a few millennials. Bye.